How's it going today, everyone? This is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. So today, just wanted to finish up on the X step of a forehand throw and how do you finish your footwork. So when you're coming into the X step of a forehand, you want to end with your foot pointing down the fairway or just a little off, but you don't want it perpendicular. On the next step, you don't want to land with your foot perpendicular to the fairway like you would on a backhand throw. You know, a backhand throw, your foot lands perpendicular to the fairway and you make your throw. But on a forehand, it's more fluent. You kind of throw the disc and kind of walk into it with the back leg. So on the front leg, when you're stepping out of the X step, so you're in the X step, and as you come out, your front foot is pointing down the fairway. You know, it could be there, it could be there. Don't do it there. So you want it down the fairway. So your foot's actually pointing down, and as you're coming in to the throw, your shoulder clears out, and that allows your hips and your upper body to face down the fairway. When you throw a forehand, your body's facing down the fairway, you know, complete opposite of a backhand throw. You know, a backhand, you're close to the fairway and you make your throw. But on the forehand, you want to completely open up on your fairway throw. So when you're coming into the X step, you know, you step in, you come up, this foot lands open, this hand clears out, so it clears, and then you drive through with the disc. Once the disc is released, your back leg will step through on the throw. So you actually finish on your back leg being in front. And that just means that you got all your weight transferred to the front on the throw. If you leave the leg behind, if you come in and throw and you leave this leg back here and throw, you're really taking away a lot of your power. You know, if you try to throw, like if you just stand and leave this leg back here and throw, and then do another throw and let that leg comes up, you'll know, you know, you're gonna have twice as much distance. It really kills a lot of your distance by not bringing that back leg through. You know, it just doesn't allow your arm to fire. So when you're coming in, it's just like that again. So it's X step, you come in, stay low, you stride out, points down the fairway, hips explode open, shoulder opens, there's the throw right there. After the throw goes through, you step forward and land on front leg. That means you got all your weight transferred to the front. Everything went into the throw of the disc. Ouch. So when learning, you know, stay with the fair or the mid ranges. They're easier to throw, but it kind of looks like, you know, so you're here. Just step into it, throw, and bring that back leg in. So you end up here. So the same thing. So just step into it and bring that leg through. Most of the power, you got to remember, is on the snap of the fingers. The harder you can snap the fingers, you really got to develop that snap so you can get into throwing fairway drivers and the drivers. They're a faster disc, so it takes a lot more hit. So you really got to, pay attention to that as you come in. So once again, so you're here, just come in and then step in with it. But throwing the forehand, a lot of the biggest problems you come across is that you still want to stand up too straight. I find myself coming up also. I'll come in, I'll start off really good down here, but right about here on my X step, you can kind of see my body, my angle's already changed. Like I'll start with a good bend, come in, and then right when I make my hop, a lot of times I straighten my torso too much. So then, it's like we were talking about before, it raises the disc. So that's really kind of one of the big problems is, you're trying to throw it hard again. You're trying to come in and throw it really hard, so the mechanics break down, and you come in, with your back too straight. And then when that happens, you raise the disc up and you're throwing it high on the outside edge. So you got to really force yourself to, stay over on the throw. It's like that. It's not comfortable, but it makes sense once you start throwing, because it'll just, if you're staying there, if you could just stay here, see all my weight's on top, but I'm going to release that disc like that. It's not going to come up here. So that was one of the big problems that I always come across for myself, is just, the back angle changing just as I'm coming into the throw. And then also, I guess the next big one would be is just not pulling the back leg through. Sometimes you'll just, maybe you're not trying to throw it as hard, and you'll just kind of be more of a throw, but you should always have this leg come through. It should always come up. So it doesn't matter what the speed that you throw it. So if you come in, and you throw even a soft one, always finish with that foot coming forward. And the timing is kind of like just right after the disc is released, the foot comes forward. It's so if you're here and you step in, that leg's still planted, and then you throw. So right after that disc comes out of your hand, all your weight is on that front leg, so you should be able to bring that foot around. That's really kind of what you're doing, is you're all that weight's on that front leg right after you release the disc. See, my head is up here, in front. And see, all my weight's off the back leg. And that steps through. So transferring your weight is real important, just like the throwing of the backhand, So you just come through, get all your weight on that front foot. So you're here, you step in, and you stride out. Don't just twist out this back leg and throw here. You don't want to be back here. Your head should still be up front. Not back here. So when you come in, you come in the next step, my balance is still right here. When that front leg hits, you can see my head is already shifted to the front. I'm nothing back here. I've shifted. So just make sure when you stride out, when that front leg hits the ground, your head is up here with it. So your head and your foot are almost at the same time. So you're here, you step out, I'm here, throw, it's right there. So it's really important to get your weight, onto that front foot. Ouch. You know, so once again, you know, just really, you know, like I said, if you just follow it through with the throw. So come in, X step, land, all my weight is in the front, throw, step in, you know, you're here. If you can't walk down the fairway after you throw the disc, like if I throw the disc and I can't bring this foot through, you know, then you didn't shift your weight. You know, your weight was behind. You know, and the throw's not as good. You know, you're not going to get as much pop on it. So yeah, so walking through is really important. So when you come in, step, and then just step in with it. But anyway, so just remember, you know, the front foot is facing down the fairway. It doesn't have to be completely straight, you know, but if it lands straight, it's fine. But, you know, just a little off. You know, if perpendicular is here, you know, about the middle of that. So that's, you know, so when you're coming in, you know, that foot lands open, and shoulders, hips are all going down the fairway. So anyways, I hope that helps with the X step and how you come out of it with your front leg with the step through. Anyways, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha.